Good evening, and welcome to United Real Therapy, people. How we doing, people? How we doing? Welcome to another episode of Savior FC, that Netflix series that keeps giving. This is Man United. Big up to every one of you people, man. How we doing, people? How are we doing? Cheers. Let's having a drink. Big up, Logan. Listen, we want them out, but we don't want it to get so bad at the moment. We don't need it to be that bad, man. It's absolutely crazy. So big up to every one of you in here. Hopefully we should be joined by Bumbaye and Mighty Mundo soon. Fingers crossed. Big up, Tom. Yeah. So we're gonna look at. We're gonna be looking at. Just check the battery. The battery is good. We're good for battery. We're gonna be looking at Burnley. FC faces Man United. Burnley's always a tough game. It's a derby game for us. Cheers. And we're going to be looking at that. There's also all of the relating Man United news. There's all sorts of things coming out. Propaganda FC is full on effect. I got people DM me things saying, Man United are going to hit in the ground running with the new transfer. There's all the Neil Ashton. Neil Ashton is there trying to impress Richard Arnold, mate. Neil Ashton is absolutely doing everything to try to impress the man that is, stop it, Seedorf. Try to impress his new boss, Richard Arnold. So he's got out to his cronies in the press, and he's telling them, Man United are doing this, Man United are preparing everything for the summer so that they got putting a shortlist together, and they're coming out, and in that summertime, what will happen is that the players will then bam, 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 one after the other. Who do you believe? Who do you believe? But first of all, we'll come to the Burnley game, people. So tomorrow night, Man United, Burnley. Burnley, at this moment in time, people, are bottom of the league. Bottom of the league, people. Bottom of the league. That's where Burnley are. Burnley are bottom of the league. Stop it, you. That's where they are. So we're going to be looking at that, looking through that, seeing how that works. The kittens are doing madness. But big up to every one of you out here. Cheers. So, Burnley FC. Bottom of the table right now. They got 19 points. Bottom of the table, you know. They got 13 points. I think that could be this season. They could beat us tomorrow, and it could still be this season where they, see you later, go down. I think he's worked miracles, have got to be said. Big up to Sean Dyche for the budget that they have. But soon as they get taken over by new American owners. It's incredible. It's absolutely incredible. Yeah. So they got taken over. Was it like the last season? At the beginning of last season, they got taken over by American owners. American owners only smell trouble, people. Smell trouble. I don't want to discriminate against owners of football clubs in this country who are American, but you know that some shit goes on, don't you? You know what I mean? We've got the Glazers. You know what I mean? And actually, to be fair, it doesn't matter where they're from. To be fair, you know what? I'm going to take it back. It doesn't matter where they're from. But owners who don't understand the fabric of that football club, that club is in trouble. Like, how can you sanction Wood leaving? Right? When you're struggling. And he's a guy who's used to the way Burnley play, who will get you something. But we're going to look at tomorrow. Kone should be back now from the African nations. He was their bright spot before he went to the African nations. He was the guy that they were after. So that's going to be very interesting. But let's have a look at team news for you. So we've got... So Charlie Taylor is nursing a foot injury. And then you got Gudjonsson and Ashley Barnes. And Josh Brownhill. All back after a ban. So, John Ashley, so Gudjonsson and Ashley Barnes are out. They're injured. But Josh Brownhill is back from a ban. Manchester United, obviously, Bruno, Sanchez, Sancho, Rafael Varane accepted to overcome knocks they suffered against Middlesbrough. So Bruno, Sancho, and Rafael Varane all expected. I'm sure some of you heard what he said this afternoon, so they should be right. The people in doubt, obviously, Victor Lindelof, who was ill, Eric Bailly, Fred, Alex Tellers definitely miss out, having tested positive for COVID-19. So there's no Fred tomorrow, and there's no Tellers. I'm sure as you know. Edison Cavani, Lingard available again. So that is in terms of the injuries. This is a massive game for him. So this will be Burnley's 5,000 league game. Woo! They are the second English side to reach that milestone after Preston North End. That just tells you 5,000. Woo! Big up for Burnley, man. It's a massive monumental. And you know their fans are going to be up for it tomorrow night. You know, guys. And to be fair, people, in the past couple of years, whether it was Jose, whether it was Ollie, every relegated team has beaten us on the way down. So get ready, people. Get ready. Get ready. Yo, I'm going to come to that. And then we're going to talk about Senegal as well. We're going to come to that, people. So don't worry about that. We'll come to that. We'll definitely come to the African nations as well towards the end of the show. We'll keep that because we need a proper time for that. Big up to every one of you. Stevie, why are the Somali brothers supporting Egypt? They play horrible football. Nah, they're not supporting them. That was a lie. That was a lie. That was a lie. That was some fake made up thing. So basically, the Somalis are Somalia is part of the Arab League. So that's why people put it that way. Because they're part of the Arab League, that's why people have put it that way. I put it in that group. But no, somebody's already told me that looked across Instagram, looked across Twitter, looked across TikTok, and majority, everybody was with Senegal. But that's why I wanted to check in it, because you know how you get fake news sometimes. I wanted to check, man. I wanted to just check what people were saying. But big up to every one of you in here. So 5,000 league game. That is going to be an amazing. The crowd are going to be up for it. That's pretty historic, people. Only Preston North End have played more games than Burnley. That's incredible. That's historic. You got to give it up for Burnley, man. Honestly, I'm a United fan, but you've got to give it up for Burnley as a football club. You've got to look at that history. Look at that tradition. That's incredible. Cheers. Oh, he's on the other side of here. He's on the other side of here. He's sitting there. Seedorf is eating a bit of dry food. And Scholes is on the back of here. Yeah. Mike Phelan's there to stay, man. Mike Phelan's here to stay. Ronaldo, it's the same as Abua. When he's scoring, people gas him up. But when his goals dries out, he offers nothing in the team. I wouldn't say that. I thought Ronaldo was bad. So you're only good as your last game. That's true. But Ronaldo was bad in the last game. But that doesn't mean that he's bad. Come on, the guy scored over 800 goals. It's incredible. No other European footballer will ever reach the heights this guy in terms of goal scoring. He'll reach. So let's not get it twisted, people. It's that the whole team was guilty of missing sitters. That is one thing what was happening. Big up anyway. So we've got new things coming out, obviously. So we're going to discuss that as well. What the madness that mad. Yo. Mark Overmars has been moving mad. I don't know about you guys, but we'll come to it. Big up the H. Ten Hag and Overmars were one unit together. Eric Ten Hag will be gone after this season. It's quite certain that. So this is the news coming out of Holland, Netherlands. And apparently he's been sacked, Overmars, for some inappropriate language towards the women. And you know what I mean? So it's a mad one, people. It's a mad one. But Burnley, so what do we think about the game tomorrow? Big up, Tom. Nurin, heard something yesterday that Mickey Field might be offered a leadership role within the recruitment. Tom, I'm going to send you know what? I'm sending you the link. Tom, you need to get on here, lad. You need to get on here. Get on here, Tom. Get on here. I need to hear you, lad. I need to hear you, lad. Stop it, Seedorf. I'm gonna send Tom the link now, man. Seriously, Tom, I need more of this. Tom, we need to break this news. And I'm getting you on here, lad. I'm getting you on here. Where are you? Let's see where Tom is. Where are you, Tom? I'm sending you the link because I want to hear what's going on. There we go. Tom, the link is on Twitter to you, bro. Do you remember when Wenger had his landmark game against Chelsea and the goal? Yeah, I remember that. But that was the Arsenal players let him down on that day, didn't they? Burnley have played more top flight games than Nureddin. Yo, trust me, Stephen H. Facts. Of course they have. But that's why I'm like, come on, Therapy Army. Let's get new recruits in the place, man. Let's get the people in here. Let's get the people in here, man. Big up Khalees. Here comes Tom with his new breaking news. Tom, and break it for us. Big up. Go ahead.
Yeah. I got told by someone reliable inside Manchester United the other day. Well, it would have been yesterday actually that I got told. I'm not going to name names or anything for confidential reasons, obviously. But what I got told was Mike Phelan, or as people go by the name Mickey Phelan, will be offered a head of recruitment role or a leadership role, as the term was used. That was told leadership role inside the recruitment team at Manchester United at the end of the season, which originally was what he wanted, but he wanted to be director of football instead, which was a completely different job title. So that's what I've been told. And obviously, there was another person who put in the chat, big up to him. I think it was the HH put in the chat. He put something about the Ten Hag news, and that's actually very factual and true. Mike, what's his name? Mike Vergeman is a very reliable Dutch journalist, Dutch source. He was the only Dutch source that was coming out about Van der Beek coming to Man United. The same thing with Frenkie de Jong going to Barcelona. There was a lot of rumours that they were both going to go to Spanish clubs in the end. Frenkie de Jong went to a Spanish club. Van der Beek came to Man United. He was the one who did the whole U-turn. Van der Beek's not going to Real Madrid. He's going to Man United. Completely factual and true. It's in the thinking that Erik ten Hag is looking to move on in the summer to another club, another project. Not just in the wake of the Mark Overmars news and the departure that has happened and everything, which I'm sure we'll get into everybody in the chat and everything. But in the wake of that, he wants a new challenge. He wants to try something new in his managerial career. And in theory, he wants to do that in another domestic league. But that's the news that I've been told anyway, Nureddin, with that with Mike Phelan, that he'll be offered a leadership role at the end of the season, give or take it, which, I mean, he's not exactly going to be having jobs queuing around the corner for him at the moment. So I think in many people's eyes, he might look at taking the role and the job, unless we're going to have a new manager coming in and they want him on the coaching staff, which stranger things have happened, as we know. But we'll have to see with it all anyway.
Breaking news! Breaking news! All right,
I got told it yesterday. I tried messaging you on Twitter. Did you get my message?
I'll have a look. I've not been on. You know what? Message on Twitter messes up. It's glitchy Twitter, innit? But tell me, what do you think of those things? What do you think of those breaking news that you just broke for us, Tom?
Well, with the Mickey Phelan one, you've got to laugh, haven't you? Really? I mean, the man who can never seem to be out of a job, it would seem. You know, he basically just sits here on a pension. You know, what leadership qualities does he have? He's an assistant coach and he's a failed manager at Hull. If you can't lead a dressing room, God knows how you're going to lead a boardroom or a recruitment team. You know, it's staggering. It's absolutely staggering. And with the Ten Hag news, listen, it is what it is, isn't it? He's a person of interest for a lot of Man United supporters. I know people have done polls and stuff, and he's the favoured candidate amongst fans. But when you look at it, Nureddin, the fans never get what they want at this football club. We never, ever get what we want. We could come up with, 5 of the best managers in the world. Man United would go for an outsider and a nobody. Which in many cases, Nureddin, we've never actually gone for somebody like that. We've never gone for somebody who might not have the trophies, might not have the experience, but somebody who's showing good promise or good, I would say, emphasis in football. Ten Hag is one of those coaches. Poch was that 2 years ago when he got to the CL final with Spurs. They were in the same boat. They played each other, did they not?
Yeah.
And I thought that was a very even game. If Lucas Moura was not on that field, it would have been Ten Hag in the final instead.
I actually think Ajax outplayed him.
Yeah, they did. Over two legs, they outplayed them for me completely. At the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium and at what do they call it? Johan Cruyff Arena. I completely think they outplayed them. And like we say, we've never gone for one of these managers who doesn't have the pedigree. We've always gone for proven track winners or club legends, people who know the club. Like, no. We always go for these people who are, I don't use the term yes men. I call them inside men. I call them the people who they'll be given orders and they'll do what they're told, not challenge people. And I think that were one of the criticisms. And I know you made the point about not wanting Conte and stuff. The reason why I think a lot of Man United fans wanted Conte was the clash. Because he would demand things. He would demand, right, I need X, Y, Z player. And if you don't get me, I walk. And he would have been no qualms if he turns up on Monday morning and he leaves on Friday out of the job. He would have no problems doing that at all. And this is this whole PR spinning machine where people think that Ralph Rangnick's going to stay for this 2-year consultancy. Listen, if the club's not structured properly and he doesn't get a say in anything, and they don't start listening to him, he'll go. He will walk. He's got better offers to do. He was doing a job at Lokomotiv Moscow. Nobody even knew that he was there at first. Nobody knew where he was. He'd not been tracked for nearly 3 years since he left Germany. And he'd been doing a head of sporting and development role at Lokomotiv Moscow.
But Tom, obviously during the week we got a whiff of that after the game against on Friday on the weekend. We got a whiff that Raphael Honigstein is going to be the new spin doctor for Ralph Rangnick.
I mean, I'm disappointed, Nerdy. Why weren't I the chosen one? Why weren't I the chosen one?
Tom, I think Therapy Army, we would have voted for you, Tom. Honestly, we would have voted for you. We would have been like, yeah, Tom in there, man. Get Tom in there. Get Tom in there, man. Oh, but anyway, so it's like Ralph has come to this club. The club is all about spin, spin, spin. First, they say to him, right, the Merter starts making decisions, and that's why I asked the question on Twitter: who's really in charge? Because the Lingard thing to me has exposed Merter is getting involved when the manager is not. The manager gives a player time off, not a director. Are we PSG now? Is that what we are? Are we PSG?
He's not as ruthless as Leonardo, though, let's be honest.
You know what I mean? Is this what we're doing now? Or is it the president? Like, is this how Merter's moving? Like, Ed Woodward is gone now and John Merter's the new Ed Woodward. It's absolutely bad. And then all of a sudden, Ralph comes start speaking truth in it, right? They're like, oh my God, what has he done? This guy, what is he doing? Right? Neil Ashton, go and have a word with him and just say, you know somebody who's good in German. Because he won't have you because you're full of shit. But just Raphael Honigstein, you know what I mean? So just him. Honigstein might do it. He might do it.
He's a good football journalist and expert. I will give him that.
He's really good about German football.
German football, yeah.
Yeah. His book about German football, I forgot the name of it. Somebody will remind me in the chat. But it's a brilliant book. How German football revolutionized. He's a brilliant writer and a brilliant.
Yeah, I know what you're on about now. Oh, what's the name of it? I think it's like the German philosopher or something along the lines of that. It's something to do with philosophy, anyway.
Yeah, he's good. I mean, he just talks about the revolution that took place.
Yeah.
So obviously, and he's somebody who respects Ralph Rangnick as well. So, but he's like, they look at him like Merter's looking at him. Merter's like, me, Darren Fletcher, Richard Arnold, the Glazers, we're all right. Guess who we've got? We never speak to anybody anyway. But we've got my guy here, the man himself. The legend. People think he's a myth, but he is real. He's the legend. Mr. Neil Ashton. But Ralph, we need to get you a spin doctor, don't we? We can't have you telling truth in press conferences. We can't have that. We can't have that. You can't tell the club secrets that we pick the players and we give players soft time. You can't do that. And even though you wanted a CDM, we were like, no, you're not getting one. And we've got rid of all these players. Even though he said to Lingard he can go. And then to see today, straight away, Ralph comes out. Me and Lingard get on really well. We're on good terms. And I'm like, yo, Hardixton's been at work, mate.
He's the middleman. He's the middleman. What do you mean?
It is mad. That's what I'm saying to you. This is how the club moves. A manager comes in, he knows he's over 6 months, he knows that the club is a shambles, the way they do things, and all of the time he's been biting his lips. Well, they're making decisions without him. And I said it. That's why when I go about my gut instinct, some of you were telling me, some people on here were telling me, nah, you're deluded, conspiracy theorist. All that people coming to on Twitter saying I'm a conspiracy theorist. There you go. The Lingard situation blew that all apart. Yes, Therapy Army, I'm vindicated again. And yes, I'm saying it with my chest. I've been vindicated again that Ralph Ranier hasn't got the power. And what did I say to you all? Why was I not getting too good or excited? Because I'm telling you, these people, these leeches at this football club are control freaks. They're control freaks. I know people who work at United. Nobody wants to say anything. It's so hierarchical. You can't talk open and honestly. You lose your job. You lose your job.
No, this is the thing. This is the thing.
Your job.
Yeah. This is the thing. Why do you think a lot of the top journalists in the world who have these major, Instagram or Twitter followings, why do you think they hardly ever talk about Man United? Because you can never get any news out of them. You can hardly ever get any news out of them.
Unless Neil wants to get it out there.
Exactly. Yeah. Exactly. Unless the main man himself, Mr. PR.
Any journalist that want access to United, you have to run Man United propaganda. You have to run propaganda.
Yeah.
Then you get a story here and there again.
Yep.
But what do you think about Burnley? Obviously, Burnley is a very traditional football club. And I just thought a brilliant stat. Tomorrow is their 5,000 league game in the history. Only Preston have more league games, top flight games than Burnley. That's incredible, isn't it, Tom?
Yeah, that is a milestone, to be fair to him. Especially in the top flight as well. But yeah, I mean, when we talk about the game, listen, we've had Sean Dyche masterclasses before. Turf Moor, Old Trafford, we've had it before, and all I'm going to say is bring your proper boots, lads, shooting boots, because we're going to need them. If we don't, I'm telling you, if we don't put a minimum of 2 goals in the net, we're screwed, I think, personally. Weather conditions are going to be against us. Anybody who does proper analysis on games, you look at everything. You look at weather, pitch conditions. What else were I going to say? Pitch conditions, weather. You look at the geographical side of it, where you look at, what players are fit, what players aren't, the physical duels, the physical battle. Yeah. I'm not a coach, but I have interests in these sort of things to report on it for my own job and my own work. Yeah. And when you look at the physicality inside Man United, not having Fred, not having Tellers, to be fair, yeah, obviously all the best in recovering with COVID and everything. We've got to show some love there. But in terms of a physical battle, they would be bullied and schooled. Fred would be shoved about in the park in the midfield. And probably a similar thing with Tellez, where he'll get run ragged by McNair or whoever's on the win, Aaron Lennon or whoever. I can't remember. And they've got over that, didn't it? They've got Corner, haven't they?
Yeah. But just to recap for people who are joining us late, big up to every one of you, please. If you're new, hit the subscribe button, it costs you nothing, and hit the like button. That's even cheaper. But just to go for the injuries tomorrow. So basically, Good Johnson and Ashley Barnes remain out. Charlie Taylor's been, says he might do a late fitness test. He's a decent player for them. And Josh Brohill is back from a ban. So obviously Bruno had a knock, Jason Sancho had a knock, Varane had a knock. They're both all expected to be fine. And then Lingard and Cavani are playing, but Telles and Fred are both out tomorrow. There because they're both Lindelof has been ill. Eric Bailly, he's just got a swollen ankle. But Fred and Tellez are definitely out.
What have I just found?
What have you found? What? Go on.
I found a Ralph quote. Right, listen to this, guys. Listen to this, everyone.
Yo, big up, by the way. Big up Khalis from last night. Chief editor of United Real Therapy.
Oh yeah, he might have the same quote as me. Yeah. I don't think he's got it out yet. Anyway, it's to do with this anyway. This is Ralph's quote from Man United. Right now, we are 4th in the league. and everybody on the inside of the club, including myself, will be happy if we finish fourth at the end of the season. That is not his words. I don't care what anybody says.
No.
He has no. He's not shoving his chest out and saying, "Yeah, let's finish fourth, lads." It's a brilliant show, brilliant display.
Yo, big up anyway. Big up Ralph, man. Ralph has been. They got older Ralph in it. They started making
of course.
him. Next minute they get older Ralph and go, Ralph, this is the script now. You and Ralph Hornstein, your namesake.
Yeah, they've got the quotes, they've got the notes and everything. He's looking down at the desk. He's not looking at the camera anymore.
We'll send you the dossier. You know that dossier. We'll send you a whole dossier. What to say on the press conference. You got to be very positive, Ralph. Very positive. You can't say anything about what's going on at this football club. You can't be honest. It's spin FC. Spin FC. Anyway, Ralph with Jesse. No, here we go. Here's the
that's the quote. Yeah, big up, please. Big up.
I have a good relationship with him. He knows I would have been willing to let him go, at least until the issue with Mason came up. He mentioned he mentioned some personal issues. Ralph Roddy asked my name to need overall. I don't know. I don't think so. Overall development of the team and the performers over the last couple of weeks.
Oh my god! Nah. He does not. I'll tell you now straight away, everybody. I'll tell you everybody now, right? Ralph Ragnick does not spin words or mince his words. He does not contradict a question where overall, yeah, the development of the team and performance. No. He knows exactly what the word overhaul means. Ship people out, bring new people in. He's not a thick. He's 63, 64 years old, 30 years in the game, and he doesn't know what the word overhaul means at a football club. Yet he's built an energy drink into a footballing brand and club. Come on. Let's have some facts, lads. Come on.
No, listen. You know what? I bet you, as Ralph Hornstein was being given his first day, Neil Asher was like, right, Ralph, I prepared everything for tomorrow. This is the script. I've sent it to you. Read it off, lad, please, lad. Read it off.
I've emailed you it.
He's talking about the game the other night. It's like, there were 2 points of criticism that we'll have to face. One was wasted too many clear chances. 22 inside the box. Right, that's what he's talking about. Ranić, 10 men were massive. 10 were massive opportunities, and we should have easily have been 3. Yeah, he's talking about the last game.
Yeah.
That's done it. We're out of the cup anyway. We all saw it. But that quote for me is the best one. This one here, mate. This is Ralph. This is Ralph is reading is going, oh my God, what have I come to? This piece of shit.
He did not look at the camera saying this. I'm sorry.
I have to say that.
Nuruddin, I'll have your odds on. I'm not a gambling man. I'll have your odds on. He did not look at the camera with a straight face and say that. No way in hell. He looked down at some notes that there was someone behind the camera with a sign up. Don't say out about a squad overhaul. Team performances, improvement, quote words.
It's crazy. So the question I asked him, do you think, man, because they heard the rumours, didn't it? The rumours are out that Man United are looking to overhaul this summer. Massive summer for Man United. Huge summer. We're having it. How many times have you heard that in the last couple of years?
Oh, tell me about it, yeah. Tell me about it. We'll buy a £180 million player, that bit. Shut up shop.
I'm telling you now, Neil Ashton watches CBBC before he scripts Man United what's going to go out to the press, before he writes his script, innit? So anyway, so the journalist asked him, do you think Man United need him overall? He's like, I don't know. I don't think so. Overall, the development of the team and the performance over the past couple of weeks have improved.
Oh my God!
Oh man,
it's playing on a high level.
You have to go seriously. You cannot be serious with this. You can't be serious. Listen, we're gonna come to the Wayne Rooney's. Well, obviously on the 11th of this month, Amazon Prime drops a documentary where he talks about all the other things. I'm gonna tell you a little thing, bag. Obviously, some of the excerpts are up. I remember seeing Wayne Rooney. I used to work in a nightclub. Let's say I used to work around the nightclub.
Yeah.
I remember seeing it's a famous club that's a celebrity and footballers and that used to go. That my friend used to DJ. So I remember one night I was leaving work, and it was about 3:30, I think 4:00. I remember seeing Wayne Rooney, right? Absolutely smashed. The man was peeing in the bin, pissing in the bin. He didn't know where the hell he was. And Coylene, his partner, she was like, what are you doing? And she's pissed as well. I like their friends, and he's staggering. You know what? I had one of those phones, and my friend is with me. It's like, Noreen, get the photo, man. And I said to him, you saw take a photo. I grabbed him and I grabbed his phone. I was like, nah, mate, are you kidding me? He's like, you don't understand. Sell it to the use of the world.
But then you've been framed or something.
Said, you know what? You're getting money for this. And I said, like, are you kidding me? This is a United, mate. I'm a United fan. Are you kidding me? So when Rooney's drink problems, I think if you're from Manchester and you've been out and about, you know that already. You know that Wayne Rooney struggled with drink. And that's why the age that he does. And that's why Ronaldo looks like the way he does. You know what I mean? And still playing. You know what I mean? So I think it's going to be a very interesting documentary to get some insights. But a lot of things we already knew. Like one of the things that Wayne Rooney came out with when he said, when we sold Tevez and Ronaldo, the team went down. Of course he did. That was a decline, mate. We sold them both and got Michael Owen, we got Obertan and Valencia.
Don't forget Fletcher, man. Don't forget Fletcher.
This is it. Oh yeah. Anyway, that's you know what? Darren Fletcher was a decent footballer. I just don't like. I rated Darren Fletcher.
I do. Yeah.
3 to 4 years where he was on fire, and I remember the first Champions League against Barcelona.
Yeah, that one game. Yeah,
he got a red card at the Emirates, and I was like, for what? For absolutely what did he get that? He didn't deserve that red card. But if he would have had it in midfield, we would have had a bit more of a chance against him, because at that time Barcelona were injury ravaged. You know, man like Yaya Toure playing the centre half for them. So we would have had chances against that. But Fergie got the lineup wrong. He overthought it. He got the lineup wrong. Berbatov would have started. Berbatov would have held up the ball, and then Ronaldo then would have got around him. But we needed that bit of midfield still. But anyway,
Ralph.
Until the last game for the derby, I was aware. I always wore the old plastic with the metal. For that game, I changed to them to a big metal ones, maximum length, so you could have because I wanted to try hit somebody. Wow, that's where he's going. John Terry left the stadium on crutches. I left a hole in his foot. Then I signed my shake to him after the game. As few weeks later, I sent it to him and asked him for my stud back. Rudy's coming up.
Oh man!
There we go. Big up, Cali's remedy last year. For us to win the league in 2013, it was a miracle, really. Ronaldo left in 2009. Yeah, this what I said. It's like we all knew, mate. We're going sneaking to the game, We all knew what was going on here.
We did.
We knew what was going on here. The writing was on the wall. Tevez left, and you can see it was going to be backwards before we could move forwards. That's what I could see. That's why I was asking the questions. Wayne Rooney, unfortunately, properly still haven't recovered from that still to this day. Wow. He's talking about...
No, I found another good one from Ragnick anyway. One. If Manchester United have not won the title in the last 10 years, there must be good reasons for that. I love it, man. He just says it how it is. He doesn't...
Of course.
Finally, no PR managers. Finally,
we finished second once with over 20 odd points, and the second time we finished second when it was like over 12 or over 13 points or something like that. So it's like we've just been second by name, mate. Second by name. Raniek, so far I've experienced with this club of the most massive important including reaction from the Stretford fan in regard to Anthony and the way they supported him. That's good. Yeah, man. That's good. That's what they sing that song in it. Anthony Alanga. You know what's that song?
Rhythm is a dancer. Anthony, yeah. That's it.
That's the chant, innit? You can feel it in the air, innit? Ooh,
yeah.
It's a dance.
Hey,
get it? That's my teenage days, mate. Place called Piccadilly 21s. Royals, you know, Piccadilly 21s on Royals in Manchester. If you know, you know. We were too young to get in there, man, but somehow we got in. Somehow. Me and my crew, man. One day, when we get the new channel, I'm going to be doing story times on the new channel. Yeah, story times. And I'm going to give you some stories. But that's the one story about Wayne Rooney. So Wayne Rooney was getting highly intoxicated around. Everybody knew. And fans would always cover up for him. I know United fans, yeah, who worked on doors and stuff like that would grab people's phones when they took photo of Wayne being wasted and made sure that photo's been deleted. You know what I mean? Because that's what we do in it when you're United fan. You got to look after, you got to protect the players.
Yeah, of course.
That happened. Listen, please subscribe to the channel if you're new around here, people.
Yeah, come on, everyone. Big up, come on.
Like and share, please. Let's go. We're going to get into this. So, that's Burnley. What do you think about Burnley tomorrow? What do you think? Obviously, you said it. You said, so we got no Fred. So tomorrow, the midfield's going to be, I think he'll play all the tall players. I think the tall players will play. So I'll see McTominay playing. I'll see Matic might be playing because he's big in the air. He might play a diamond in midfield.
I agree.
Or Ronaldo will play. I think Rashford will play. And I'm hoping that now that he's recovered from his muscular problems, that Sancho might play. Obviously, it's going to be Varane and Maguire. It's going to be Luke Shaw, definitely, because Telles is out. And it's going to be, Diego Dalot. And midfield, it's going to be either Matic. He'll definitely play McTominay tomorrow. Is this McTominay?
Yeah. Well, you heard it from the horse's mouth himself, Ragnick. He's a future captain, Rudin. He's a future captain. Let's not go there, though. Let's not go there.
Right now, we're fourth in the league. Everybody inside the club. This is it.
This is what I said. Yeah. Simon Stone. Yeah.
Yeah. On Manchester, I'm absolutely convinced we're playing higher level than we played the last couple of weeks ago. Raniek, both in possession and out of possession. So here's him talking about it. Goes both in possession, and if the other team is in possession, the team has improved. Okay. Well, we still got beaten and knocked out by a team, Middlesbrough. The chain of command follows Neil Ashton. That's it. Hornstein, Fletcher, wow. That's it. There we go. Stephen Kramer knows, mate. That's it, guys. That's Man United up in it. Neil Ashton.
Yeah. The PR team, guys. This is it.
I told you, Manchester United have got the biggest propaganda machine in world football. I'm telling you, I know people who work at the football club personally. The stuff they tell me, I can't always say on here. You know what I mean? Because I want Neil Ashton investigating people. But I'm telling you, that's why I don't talk about other clubs, about how bad other clubs are. Because Man United is a shit of a... I swear, as bad as you think we are in the way we're run, the way we're structured, times that by 5. We're worse than that. We're worse than that, people. Nobody wants to say anything about the club. Because the hierarchy that Ed Woodward and the fear that he's built and the Glazers have built after Fergie left, it's like Ed Woodward came and was like, I'm Fergie now. I'm Fergie. So nobody speaks about nothing. People love working for Man because they love Man United. They got decent jobs. So one thing, they pay decently. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm not harping on the people who are working there, people who I know, but the structure is mad. It's messed up. Nobody can ever talk open and honestly. If you don't know that, research it. What happened with those when those old scouts got headed out when they spoke honestly and openly? They all got their P45s, mate.
Yeah. And I know, especially with the scout that came out about the what was it? The Dortmund players. It was the recruitment policy that they went because he came out about the Bellingham and he said, I was one of the main forces, myself and my other fellow German scouts. We put forward the case to go and get Jude Bellingham before Borussia Dortmund snap him up because it was either Man United, Dortmund, or Leipzig. They were the 3 people that were on the table at the time for him. 18 years old, and he's at Birmingham City. And the only reason why, ironically enough, he wanted Man United. He actually wanted to come to Manchester United ahead of all the other clubs. But you know the one thing that he didn't want to come for? Because he was going to be put in the youth team. He was going to be put in under 23s. That was what Manchester United offered him, under 23s football. And you look at him, he plays week in, week out in Dortmund and in the Champions League.
This is it.
Come off it. Like I said, we've ruined any chance of getting him in the future. When you do that to a player, you basically just writ your death warrant.
Of course.
Completely writ your death warrant.
Of course. Big up to every of you joining us. Over 100 of you in here. Please like, share, subscribe if you're new around here. Please let me know how many likes we've got. So this is Ranier talking about the players being on social media. So the top one there, big up Khalis. he's saying, on players being more private. I've never ever read or communicate by those social media accounts. There we go. And then he says, I don't exist there. I would have the time to do that. Therefore, it's always better to keep things in house. And I always communicate with the players directly. Well, some of them don't like it, Ralph. They don't like it.
Yeah, they've got the WhatsApp group. That's what it is. The WhatsApp group.
Muddy Cuddle. It's Muddy Cuddle FC, mate. Muddy Cuddle. Get that dummy. Yeah, a bit of milk for you there. That dummy. That's what.
Yeah.
Ollie, have you got it? There you go.
But it's funny. It's funny. Ralph mentions that with the social medias. Anyway, the players don't run the social medias. I think people don't understand this. Football players never run the social media accounts. They might own them, or they might be that person. They do not run. They don't post the pictures. They don't take the pictures. They don't take videos. Nothing.
Man United help them.
Man United. Yeah, thank you. I was just going to make the point. Man United help them. They fund the propaganda. Like I say, when you see these advertisement videos where players are coming out with the new kit on, or there's a new brand promotion, or Man United have signed a brand deal with a sporting group from Qatar or wherever. Yeah, they get the players to push it. Oh, buy the shirts, buy the new shirt, buy the socks, buy the cup, buy the mugs, buy the food at half time. But there's a technical error, so we can't.
Let's hope by the next game they fix that now.
Well, we're not Old Trafford. I know
about the next game though. Next week.
Oh yeah, next game. Yeah, next game. I still can't believe that though. Technical error.
I think we got. Let me have a look at our picks. I think we've got Southampton.
Yeah, I think it's Southampton next. Yeah, because we played them at St Mary's, didn't we? First time season.
Yeah, we got Southampton at home.
We drew 1-1. Yeah. Is it? Are we going to have another 9-0? We might actually take his chances that game.
Nah.
Like the Middlesbrough game.
Southampton. Yeah. It's Saturday, 12:30.
Oh, 12:30. Oh.
Mm-hmm. And then we play on Wednesday, I think. Then we play on Wednesday night again, I think.
So we're still in this hectic period, aren't we, really? When you think about it, with the games and stuff. And then we've got Champions League soon.
I have to go Madrid on Tuesday, innit? Yeah, no, Brighton. We played Brighton, a game that was called off.
Oh, yeah. I forgot we didn't play them.
Then we play Tuesday.
That's Atletico.
Yeah. So we got Southampton. Yeah. No. We got Southampton on Saturday. Then on Tuesday the 15th, we play Brighton and Wolves at Old Trafford. So we got next 2 home games. Hopefully they sorted out the food, or else I'll be taking my tangerine there.
Oh, I'd take my own food anyway, Nuruddin, if I were going. you don't pay prices that they put. Jesus Christ! Did you notice something as well, Nuruddin? When they had the I can't remember if it was the Liverpool game or the Man City game. They put the price of alcohol up by like £3 because it was a derby. Like you do via the Etihad or you do via Anfield. They walk out. Did you? Because they did that a couple of years ago, didn't they? At Liverpool, the fans protested. I think they went out at like the 79th minute against Sunderland. I think it was Klopp's first season. And they ended up drawing the game 2-2 at the end of it because they put the price tickets up by like £20 for next season.
Yeah.
Well, I think it was the proposed price. I don't think
Liverpool fans
originally went for it.
Liverpool fans are militant.
Exactly.
They're militant, mate. They walk out. So,
well, look at Everton. The banners for Benitez, man.
Exactly.
Even when he first signed Nuruddin at Goodison Park.
Tom, they went for the board. Forget Benitez. They went for the board and the owner.
They tracked the chairman down, didn't they? What's his name again? Remind me his name, Nuruddin.
Bill Kenwright, yeah.
Bill Kenwright, that's it, yeah.
He's quite big in the theatre world. That's the only reason why I know him, because I worked in a cultural arts centre. He's well known in the theatre world, entertainment, especially in theatre. Bill Kenwright. He's a diehard Scouts, Evertonian. But yeah, definitely Stephen Kramer here. Living in places like Glasgow, Manchester is very difficult to live a quiet life. Well, to be fair, they do live a quiet life. But in terms of if you're getting smashed and you're drunk as a footballer, you're always going to get about. I remember my friends used to work at KFC. Jumba Ronaldo went there and ordered 18 wings or something, or some ridiculous, maybe over 20 people chicken wings. And they were eating on the street. Ronaldo Jumbo. Ronaldo had his little blonde streaks in his hair when he first came there. Honestly, you would honestly, that's what happened. I remember them telling me, they were like, you don't understand, Ronaldo Jumbo came in. I was like, wow, what are they doing? Like, eating they bought all the chicken wings, man.
Jesus Christ.
Ronaldo now will be thinking that, looking back on that, Ronaldo going, rah, no chance, mate. I was thinking, you think Ronaldo had yes, CM, I forgot to send you the link, bro. I've been really forgetful lately, man, and I know that you work as well, but definitely having you on the match reaction. Let me know if you're free tomorrow night for the match reaction, bro. Let me know if you're available. If you're not working, definitely come on. 100%. Love your output. And big up to you and everybody, all the gang, man. All the gang for covering the African nations, man. Eagle Eye sent me the link, but I was at my friend's watching it yesterday. My Senegalese friend, man. I was with him yesterday watching the game, man. Woo! We're going to come up to that. But the biggest thing I want to say about Man United is that obviously all these rumors, the propaganda machine is absolutely spinning overdrive, people. What we need to remember is do not get all bought in and invest emotionally.
Mm-hmm.
That's why this channel is here, to give you that reality slap. When the Glazers and the Neil Ashtons and the Woodward who still on the background and the Arnolds and the Mickey Phelans are all asking for jobs. Me, Tom, we're all here. All of us, we're all here. And I don't know more than you guys, but we all like-minded people. We're absolutely sick to death about the propaganda. We just want our team to play decent football, put a couple of string passes together, get a couple of goals.
And win trophies.
We're not bloody trophies anymore. We just want to have a defined system, a club that's run properly.
Yeah.
Get players out, bring players in. That's what we want. And if it's true, the reports that we're hearing about Pereira, all the best of luck to you, Pereira. I used to be one of those. I was like, give him a chance. And that's one thing I think. Ollie gave you that chance. And I've got to big up Ollie for that. And you know what? You were not consistent. You've got more technique and flashes than McTominay, but you're not consistent, mate. So good luck to you and Flamengo. Flamengo, I've been to Brazil, right? I was in Rio, yeah? There was a Flamengo game taking place. And I just came back. I just flew back into Rio. I was in, where was I? I was in Brasilia, which is the capital of Brazil.
Yeah. I know what you mean.
I flew back into Rio, and I'm telling you, I just came out of the airport, and some of them were flying out to this game. No, their team was coming over. They've just been playing in the Copa Libertadores, which is the equivalent to the Champions League, and they just won a big game.
All right.
And they were coming back because they're a team in Rio, Flamengo, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my God! Even the people working at the airport were wearing their Flamengo shirts, mate. It was like a sea. I came out of the airport with my bags. I'm like, Ras! It was just the farthest that I could see. Thousands and Flamengo are the biggest, one of the biggest supported clubs in Latin America.
Yeah, they are. They get to the FIFA Club World Cup, didn't they?
Yeah, all the
Liverpool.
time.
They lost in the final, didn't they?
Yeah. So that's why we say that you made it there, mate. That's good for you. We're happy for you. We're really happy for you. So big him up. Last quote, and then we'll move to the African nations. If Man City have not won a title in the last 10 years, there must be some good reason.
Yeah, this is the quote, yeah.
Exactly, Ralph. Exactly. Ralph is like, Honest, you can't say that, Ralph. I've got to say it. It's the truth. You might give me this script with you and your Neil Ashton and Richard Arnold and Fletcher and Murta, but I can't change who I am. I've got to give the fans a bit of truth. So that's what he's telling people. He's basically saying, in other words, Manchester United is not a football club. It's a clown show. That's what we are. But anyway, let's big up. Listen, if I send it to you now, CM, do you want to come on quickly for the last 10 minutes to tell us about the African nations? CM, if you're about, jump on, bro. If not, can you jump on? Let me know. Let me know if you can jump on. Give me the go ahead, and then I'll send you the link. Let me know if you can jump on the match reaction. Sorry, in it now. But anyway, last start. Did you watch the game, Tom?
Yeah, I did watch the game. Yeah, I thought, wow, drama, wasn't it?
Yeah, I mean, 60 likes. Are you taking the biscuit? We got nearly 100 here, people. Are you taking the biscuit? We got 60 likes. Sorry, Tom. 60 likes.
Build it up, guys. Come on, build it up.
For me, You're disrespecting the comments. You're disrespecting like man like Tom, who's breaking news, telling us about what's going on with Mickey Phelan. You're disrespecting man like people like Windy. You're disrespecting people like Khalees. You're disrespecting someone like Kramer here, Stephen Kramer. Come on, man. Come on. With United are 9 points behind Chelsea, with I think 2 games in hand, and the ambition 4th is good enough. Well, yeah. Well,
I mean, I wouldn't necessarily say it's good enough, Wendy, but I just think Ralph sees the reality of it. We're not going to get 9 points. We're not going to close the gap of 9 points.
no,
because we only play 1 game against Chelsea from now to the end of the season anyway, so we can knock 3 points off there.
Yeah.
But then they've got to drop loads of points, and we've got to basically go on one of these major runs, which we could never see happening. And like we say, we're going to get turned over in a lot of competitions. The Champions League's still coming up as well. But I don't even get the ideology that some people live in. Nuruddin, to be honest with you, some of them think we're going to breeze past Atletico, and we're going to go on this storming run. We're going to do a Chelsea. The German effect. Like,
I've sent it a CM. I've sent it. Jump on. I've sent it. Right. So what did you think of the game? So basically, I was like, that's the perfect thing I wanted Senegal to score first, Tom. So then Egypt will have to open up a bit more. But obviously, he takes it. He gets rattled by his own teammate, Salah, by telling the goalkeeper where his favourite place to go, right? Now, Sadio Mane has got a history with penalties. There was a time for a year, I think he missed one in a tournament, and I think he was in the African nation, and he didn't take it. I'm sure it was him. He didn't take it for a long time. He's not a penalty taker for Liverpool, but he whacked it, and you've got to give it to I can never pronounce his name. Because of bloody dyslexia. But the Egyptian goalkeeper, mate, absolutely. Yeah, what a save that was. Because Sadio Mane literally ran up, give it the welly. We're talking about that's the old school football terminology there for educating some of you youngsters. He give it the absolute welly. Tom, what happened? I've sent the link on Twitter, CM. There he is. Yeah, big up, CM. So I'm just trying to big up, man. Welcome, bro. I just keep forgetting to send them sometimes.
Yeah, welcome.
I don't want to be lastminute.com, but if I see Tom or whatever, I just send it quick because I don't want to be demanding people's times and stuff like that. So that's one of the reasons. But big up, CM. So yeah, so he smashed the ball, and the save from the Egyptian goalkeeper was one of the best saves I've ever seen, because I know you think it's at height, but the way he whacked it, and I'm like, wow. But welcome, CM. Obviously, you were doing a lot of the watch along, covering the African nations. Big up to yourselves. Big up to the whole, what's it called? What this channel called? Pros?
Yeah, Pros Only TV, Eagle Eye Football.
Yeah, man. Big up, man. Big up to every one of you, man, woman, whoever was involved, man. All the people that were involved in that. But we're just talking about the final. So I said I wanted an early goal for Senegal. Then Egypt would have opened up, and then they would have got a very entertaining final. But obviously, it didn't go that way. So, CM, I'll go to your thoughts. What did you think of the final?
You know what? I think you're exactly right. The early goal, if Mane would have scored that penalty, then, like you said, the game would have opened up. But that miss, it played into Egypt's hands, because we know from the last few games, obviously they've been in extra time quite a few times in the knockout stages alone. And all of their games have been them basically being disruptors, slowing down the tempo of the games, fouling a lot, just really not really taking the game to the other team, but taking away the opposition's games. So the final really went in their favor. And even when it went to penalties, you kind of thought in the back of your head, this is Egypt's penalty shootout to win, because their keeper's in form. They've won penalty shootouts before plenty of times in this tournament already. So you would have thought, yeah, but anything shootout, and in the end it came down to Mane scoring the winner, and Salah didn't even get to take a penalty.
Well, that's what I want to say genuinely. Like, I want to big up Egypt for getting to the final. They had a couple of injuries. They had a couple of important players who have been injured, and some of them might have been left out of the squad. But for me, the ultra defensive way. In all tournament, they've scored what? How many goals? I think it's 4 goals or 2 or something like that. They're the least. They went through on penalties twice for the quarterfinals and the semi-finals into the final, and they do penalty. That was the 3rd time penalty. And I'm just thinking, Senegal have lost on penalties, I think, once before. Their manager lost on penalties once before, and he
missed the crucial penalty, didn't he?
Yeah, he missed Alice Cisse. Yo, pick up Alice Cisse, man. Because usually it's the racism in football, innit, that Africans can't manage themselves. But he's been in a job at Senegal for the past 7 to 8 years, if I'm not mistaken. And for the Senegalese FA to stick with him, to stick with a plan, is amazing. That's why I was so happy for Senegal. Because you think about it, Senegal have produced some brilliant footballers in the last decade and a half, or the last 15, 20 years. They produced some really good footballers. So I was happy for them. But I just don't like negative teams. If Man United play like that, play for penalties, I'll call it out. They're a disgrace. I'll say there is. And I've got so many Egyptians, right? Egyptian friends who have been getting in touch with me going, we hate Carlos Queiroz. We hate the way we're playing. Just let us play 4-3-3. Let's go and attack teams. We've got decent players to get at teams. We want to play football that way. But Carlos Queiroz has a different way. Obviously, he took them to the final. But, Tom, I'll come to you. Sadio Mane stepping up. The courage it takes after you've missed one in the game. The nerves the anxiety. Because they were all stood together and he's in the background by himself like that. Just walking up and down. Like, what did you think as he stepped up? Do you think he was going to miss? I was thinking, no, he's not going to miss this. He's not going to miss.
No, I didn't think he was going to miss, to be fair, either, because with the first one, I don't think it was where he initially tried to put it. I think he tried to put the penalty that he missed in the exact same position where he put the one that he actually scored to win the shootout.
Yeah.
Right, Berry, right in the corner, 100-mile-an-hour speed. Mm-hmm. Because honestly, I think even the goalkeeper goes the right way. I think it goes through his hands. The amount of pace that was behind the ball. In the inner side netting of the net. Like, you can't get any more perfect of a penalty.
Yeah.
Even the run up, there were no cockiness. There were none of this, eye contact, head to the ground. No. Went to the ball, put his foot through it, bottom corner, game done and dusted. Won the whole tournament.
You know what? When I was coached on penalties when I was a kid, they always said, don't ever sprint to the ball. Because
yes.
The error, the percentage of that becoming an error is huge. Missing the whole target. If you sprint to the ball, you can't be too lackadaisical, just walk up and that arrogant. You've got to have a medium, but you have to pick your spot. And you know what? He double bluffed the goalkeeper. He's like, Salah told you that's my side. You've just saved it in the game. I'm going that side again, but this time I'm not giving you the height. I'm going for that side netting, inside side netting. And he went for it. But CM, tell us, what were you feeling after that when he steps up? What was the penalty, the drama of the penalty shootout? It's the worst way to lose a final, by the way. It's a lottery, innit? But talk to me.
Yeah, 100%.
Obviously, we experienced it as United fans because we saw it on Friday.
Damn. And I was happy for Senegal overall, but that penalty shootout filled with drama. And there's been so many penalty shootouts filled with drama over the whole tournament. It's crazy when it comes to giant killings and all of that stuff. But yeah, I mean, Mane, the way he approached that penalty, even I was like, oh boy. But he dispatched it. It was a wicked penalty. I can't lie. You mean?
Yeah, if you have two keepers in it, they're not saving that. They're not saving that. No, exactly. They're not. He hit it as hard as he could, and he hit it as low, and he hit the side netting, inside side netting. Yeah. It's really difficult. Yeah. But big up Koulibaly as well. You know what? I looked at Koulibaly throughout the tournament, and I put a tweet out, and I remember on Saeed's channel, there's a video of me saying, please, United, don't even bother with Maguire. I'm telling United, Maguire's not the guy. Go and get Koulibaly. Go and get Koulibaly.
I said the same thing, Gordon. Exactly the same thing.
And you know what? I came out and I was like, I told everybody, nobody wanted to listen. Who am I? I'm a guy who's in Hume. I play Saturday and Sunday league football. But who am I? Man United got all our scouts. But no, they thought Maguire. To me, the whole tournament, I thought he was brilliant. I thought he was absolutely brilliant. But the way he took responsibility, the calm way he walked up there, because there was, I don't know if you know the cost time, but Salah won the cost time. Salah was like, they go first. Because you choose who you want to go first or second.
Yeah.
I was like, no, we'll go second, yeah? Anyway, he walks up there, just slots it away. Cool. Does he typify Mr. Cool, Calm and Collected, honestly, when he plays football?
He's a commanding presence at the back. Even in that final, just dealing with things. The whole tournament, really. He knows how to deal with things. His positioning's good. And he's decent on the ball as well. I think it's crazy, isn't it? Because, we got Maguire for 8 EMs. I think Koulibaly was valued maybe
90.
a little more than
90,
that. Yeah.
He was valued at 90.
And you can see the difference in quality even now. And it's,
you know what it is? It's from the moon to the planet, mate. It's Jupiter to planet Earth, mate. That's what it is. That's the difference.
It's these people that will tell you, he's Premier League proven, so it's better to bring someone like that in. It's nonsense.
I never believe in that. Premier League proven.
Nonsense, man.
To me, Mr. Composure, that's what it should be called. Koulibaly Composure. That's what his surname should be, honestly. Koulibaly Composure, mate. That's what he needs. That should be his handle on Twitter and Instagram, like Koulibaly Composure. Because he's Mr. Composure, mate. I mean, CM, you watched the game. How do you think they played? I thought they played decently. I mean, when one team is trying and the other team's nullifying them, it makes it a scrappy game. I just thought the referee, I didn't like the referee. I know that people rated the referee. They think that he's quite forthright kind of a referee, but he was blowing for everything. Like, people couldn't go for jumping for headers. Are you kidding? Yeah. He was trying to outlaw challenging the ball in the air. And that's the goalkeeper, by the way, Gabansky.
Yeah.
Gabansky, yeah. Big up Gabansky, man. The guy, he's not the first keeper for Egypt. They've got this legendary goalkeeper who's an amazing goalkeeper. They got injured, didn't he? He got injured in the quarterfinals against the Ivory Coast. And then he comes in, and then he's the hero. But Stephen Kramer will answer your question in a minute. But what did you think of the game? So I'll come to you, CM, and then I'll come to you, Tom, as well. Same question. How did you think the game ebb and flowed?
I thought that in terms of Egypt, they sat back a lot and they defended well in for the most of the game. And that's why you saw early on, I thought Senegal, especially in the first half, they had quite a few decent chances. But as the game went on, I thought both teams, their quality kind of dipped. And that was a result of Egypt really being those disruptors and taking the tempo out of the game and taking the rhythm out of Senegal's game. And Egypt going forward, they didn't have the quality either because they were really going. They
got Trezeguet on the bench. Play Trezeguet. Why are you playing defensive guys? Trezeguet is a decent footballer. Play him.
Yeah, it's true.
Give Salah some help up there. You know what I mean?
And that was the weird thing.
You know, I just want to explain to people, right? The standard of football, right? The standard of football, Egypt are 7 times champions, African team, because Egypt is one of the biggest countries in Africa, first of all, in terms of population. They are football mad. They're the most successful African nation country. They have a thriving football culture. Their teams always win the African Champions League. Their football teams. They've got the guy who scored 28 goals in the last game in the semi-final. He bought him on and took him off. Are you kidding me? Like, how can you diss the man like that? Like, so it's surreal that they've got rich history and culture. And all of the Egyptians have been talking to them like, what is this khara? In the word they use khara is means shit in Arabic. They're like, what's this khara football? This is not us. That's not our nature to play this defensive, ultra defensive football. But yeah, Tom, I'll come to you. That when you go against your thing, you don't deserve to win. When you go against your philosophy, you can get away with it maybe one game on a one-off game. Not when you've been doing it quarterfinal, semi-final, and final.
Yeah. You can't listen. You can't get away with these sort of things at the level that you play at. And you know we've just said there you can't get off with in one-off games. This wasn't just a one-off game though. Really, this is the final. This is history. Winners' medals. You know, for Senegal, never won it before in the whole, you know, nation's history. Completely rewritten, you know, African history in their part. Every single one of those players will go home, and if ever they go to Senegal or wherever, they'll be labelled as legends, heroes of that nation. Just like others follow. Like you've got your Dimitar Berbatov, your Samuel Eto'os for their African, nations, respectively. And when we look at the whole game itself, you know, for Egypt, you know, Carlos Queiroz has always had one style, and that's been defence before attack. It's his footballing philosophy: defence before attack.
Yeah.
When he's had his assistant coaching roles and everything, you can get away with being a defensive coach because you can drill players to be defensive. You take the defenders and you do your own defensive drills, where other coaches then have their other philosophies and other ways of playing. You get a fitness coach to work with midfielders because you've got to get around the field. You've got to get around the pitch and dictate a midfield. You get, you know, an attacking coach, whether that's an aspiring person or if it's, you know, just a philosopher of football, you know, the main manager, right, I want you to do this in the final third. You know, you get the experienced people to do these sort of things. And like you say with Carlos Queiroz, to be fair to him, he couldn't really do much. He's in a stadium where, you know, it's as if the roof's going to collapse with the noise and the atmosphere, and he's there on a walkie-talkie. I mean, I can't really blame the man for the instructions that he's got to give. He's not exactly under the best sort of circumstances. I mean, if he were on the touchline, then you can give him a little bit of credit in trying to get instructions and stuff across.
But I thought his number 2 did really well.
I thought he stepped up to play and he did quite well. To be fair to him,
Yeah.
Because listen, Egypt did have chances in the game. Let's not lie. The Salah chance where he cut them for the 5 players. Yeah, they had the header chances as well. There's that free kick take. What's his name? Zizou, is it?
Yeah.
Brilliant free kick. Brilliant set piece take.
Did you see the way he hits that? Did you see his
Penalties, free kicks, corners, the lot. Wow.
You know where he hits it? You know the inside of the ankle? That's where he hits the ball.
That's what I mean. Yeah.
He hits the ball. Have you seen the way he runs up to the ball, like on the free kicks? He hits it. I've never seen like a. Usually people would hit it, and you know that first toe. You know, if that's your foot, you know that first toe. You try to get that whip on the cross like that, and at the top of the boot like that. You try to get that spin, but he hits it like that side there where the ankle is. The ball just
it's like side footing it, really, isn't it? Really,
that's what it is. It's side football. It's more because I was like, I had to just like reload it just to see where they hit the ball. It's more higher on the ankle side than the side foot. But
he's got some weights in his boots. That's what it is.
Anyway, like I said, they got absolute. So what I'm trying to say to people is that if you don't know about Egyptian football, they got a very healthy league. They've got a massive like a following. But I thought Senegal were the best team. I think in the group stages they were nervous because they're the favourites. They were the favourites, right? Yeah,
they were the favourites.
And they got nervous. But as soon as they come out the group stages, altogether they scored 8 goals. They're the top scorers, weren't they? So yeah, it was very interesting to see them. And the celebrations like now tonight, I've seen my friend who's Senegalese sent me a clip before, and oh my God, in Dakar, like the streets. It's always a dream of mine to go to Senegal, to go to Dakar, because I've got loads of friends who are, loads of friends and people who I grew up with. Well, not grew up around, but people who I know, who I got to know through football as well, who are a couple of musicians who are absolutely bonkers about their football, like in Senegal. So they always say to me, this is our year. And I was like, it's big teams in this, but you know what? They believed and they did it, man. So congratulations to Senegal. I know, putting rivalry aside, Mane, to have the guts and the courage to take that penalty. And I just want to answer, I'll get to you what you think of it, but Stephen Kramer asked before, was it really bad to leave in Salah as your last? Well, it's a risk. Senegal took the same risk. So what they want is their best player, their captain, to take the glory. Obviously, Sadio Mane is not the captain. Koulibaly is the captain, but he's their best player. So leaving your best player, but that's a risk. Because if somebody misses, and Egypt were thinking, this is set. We know the set penalty takers. We've got them all, and they're going to be fine. But that guy missed, and we've got to give it at the moment one of the best keepers, if not the best keeper in the world. Like I said, rivalry aside as well, he is Mendy. And those of you who don't know about Mendy, please Google Mendy. Google his journey. The man gave up football. The man was on the dole. He was on the dole. You know, we got told we weren't good enough. Man was on the dome. To come back now, this is his third trophy. He's just collecting trophy collection, mate. And then now, Chelsea are going to go to the Club World Cup as well. He could get another trophy. So, I mean, I'll come to you, CM, but what do you think about Salah being left as the last guy?
You know what? It's here and there because we see it a lot where the best player nowadays is always left last to take the glory or to take the winning penalty. I think a lot of people at the time kind of thought you want your best players coming up first to kind of secure that lead. But at the same time, nothing is guaranteed. You know what I mean? We saw Ronaldo the other day against Middlesbrough in the game itself. We think this guy, he dispatches penalties and he missed the target altogether. That just shows how, you know, unpredictable sometimes the penalties can be, and even more in a penalty shootout when you think about the pressure and what it means for all of the fans that are there, all of the players, the coaches, and stuff like that. So to be fair, I think it's a 50-50 decision that the coach has to make. I don't think it was wrong putting them last. There's always a right or wrong. Everybody has their opinion, but I don't think it was wrong putting them last because in the end of the day, Mane was last and he scored the winner. So,
yeah,
you know, if it was the other way around, they would have been asking the same question. So
100%, 100%. And what I loved about Mane was that he was so humble, and I loved all of the Senegalese players. And I think this might be to do with that everybody shares the same religion, innit? Senegalese are Muslim, Egyptians are Muslim, but at the end, he wasn't celebrating in their faces. He was very humble. There's a brilliant video, and I think it summed up the tournament for me, where Koulibaly is talking to the guy who hit the post, the defender, who's one of the best defenders, by the way. Best defenders in that team, Egyptian team. He's talking to him. And he's basically pounding him on the chest saying, listen, you're a great player. Listen, anybody can miss this penalty. In those kind of words, what he's saying to him. So I thought that it was a beautiful touch where Mane goes to Salah and just, you know, consoles him and says, you know what, I won this time, but you can win it. You've got another chances to win, man. You've got more chances to win with Egypt. But yeah, guys, thank you so much. Okay, so we're going to go. Here we go. So the team, we're going to leave it to CM because CM watched majority of the games. I watched till the last 16, but the player of the tournament, did you agree was Mane?
I would say at the time I said Vincent Abubakar was the player of the tournament because he was a top scorer, and I thought in a lot of the games he was really effective, even up until the third place playoff where he helped them come back from 3-0 down, scored 2 goals. He was very influential for Cameroon, and I thought without his goals,
they were not chance. They were not
at all. And at the time, I was kind of shocked. But the more I kind of think about it, of course, Mane's influence on that Senegal team as a whole, especially in the knockout stages, was massive.
I mean, that game I can remember, the first last 16 game where he was concussed, he was cold out, he got knocked out, and he got up, he stayed on the pitch to score one of the goals that won in the game. So, honestly, because I thought he's out here. And by the way, in this tournament was so many head collisions. It was mad. This was a head collision tournament. So many players had head collisions. I think something to do with the pitches. I didn't like the pitches, to be fair. But it's been a mad time in it with Corona and everything. But I thought on the whole, Cameroon did well. Goalkeeper of the tournament, you agree?
I would say Mendy was good. You could have put the Egyptian goalkeeper. Also, there was the one for Burkina Faso. I forgot his name. He was very good in the tournament too.
Yeah.
I'm trying to find his name.
The goal, we already know the goal of the tournament, innit? It was scored by the brother from Mali. Mali. The Mali player. What an absolute goal that was. He got the ball like inside his own, like just on the opposition's half, just off the halfway line. He turned and he just booted it and he flew in like you can't blame the goalkeeper for that. He's about 40 odd yards. And he put it and he swerved away from the goalkeeper. He went to the top bins. Incredible. Yo, I don't know Tom. Tom had to leave, but big up Tom. His handle is footy. What is it? I always forget, man. I always forget. Let me just give you his handle. So you agree, the goalkeeper, you think, man, and then what was your best game? What game did you enjoy the most?
Best game. That's a tough one, you know. That is a tough one. I think, to be honest, because I watched it back now, I would say the third place playoff was the best game of the tournament.
That was mad.
Oh, man.
3-0. They went 3-0 up. Burkina.
Amazing.
Burkina
It was
Faso.
amazing.
So Burkina Faso, wasn't it? Burkina Faso.
Yeah. Cameroon.
Burkina Faso. They went 3-0 up. And then Babukar did he score 2 goals in it? He scored 2 goals to get them back. Incredible. Yeah, man, that was a proper penalty.
I saw it originally, and I was like, 3-0 down. This is a bad way to go out for Cameroon.
Exactly.
The comeback was inspired, and you have to love that for the people. And then obviously they go on to win on penalties. So you have to big up for that, to have the mentality to still feel like you're still in the game and give the effort.
Yeah, man, it's big. Yeah, I genuinely enjoyed it. I just wanted more atmosphere. I wanted more fans to be in there. But if next year, hopefully, or the year after, it's going to be in Ivory Coast. Oh my gosh, they are mad about football in the Ivory Coast. So it's just going to be a tournament. That'll be Eric Bailly's home tournament. Ahmad will be a bit better, more experienced as a player, more developed. So it's going to be an absolute madness. It's going to be an absolute madness. But big up CM. Let them know where they can find you, bro.
No, thank you for having me again, Nuruddin.
Yo, it's been
nice being back.
I need to send you the links, man.
Yeah, for sure. Anytime. CM20TENT, no socials, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, and Twitch.
Yeah, man. And let them know what you do. You're a gamer.
Yeah, so on Twitch, just playing games like FIFA, Football Manager, stuff like that. On YouTube, I make a series called the United Twins, where we react to every Manchester United game after that with me, my twin brother, Cappy over there. Boom. Yeah, and we're going to start doing some match reactions as well, live match reactions. Wicked. So look out for that as well.
Wicked, man. I need to get on one of the match reactions, bro, definitely. Before I come on mine, we'll do yours first if you want an instant one. No problem. Sure. I want to definitely get on the channel. But big up and it's Tom Footy 12. That's where you can find Tom. So go and give Tom a subscribe. Tom Journalist 2. So Tom Journalist 2. So you can find him on there. Give him a follow. And I've been your host. I'm not with the most. I don't believe in all that with the most, but I'm in your host. I'm the crazy guy, always telling truth to power to Man United. So big up to every one of you and his absolute love. Burnley, here we go. It's their 5,000 game in top flight. What an occasion that's going to be. The bottom of the league, they're going to hit us with everything. I'm not even going to go into tactics because we already know what they do, how they play. We already know they're going to look for everything. But yeah, somebody agree with you here. Say Ababukar is the player of the tournament. Yeah, he's got some absolute. We stepped up. Can you imagine all of the pressure that's on you, right, in your home nation, and then you got to take that pressure and go, yeah, I am the person that's going to do this. Give me all of that pressure and what to go and do it is brilliant, man. It's brilliant. I think it would have been a brilliant final. Senegal, Cameroon. That would have been. Woo! That would have been.
That's what I was rooting for.
That would have been a proper end-to-end, I think, entertaining game because they would have gone for it. Both teams would have gone at each other, but we don't always wish get the finals that we wish football fans wish. But anyway, big up to Egypt, man. Like I said, I'm not here to downplay Egypt. Like I said, they're one of the most highly successful and respected footballing nations. They play incredible football, but it wasn't to be. But United Burnley tomorrow. CM, before we go, give me your predictions, man.
I'm saying a 2-1 win for United. We all know what happens when we go out against Burnley, but positive feelings going into it.
Yeah, man. There we go. The H sets well deserved by our Senegalese Akis, man. Yeah, man. Big them up, man. Honestly, my dream's to go to Dakar because it's a very cultural city. Like the music and art and culture. My cousin had an exhibition there. He showed he's an architect and he's an artist as well. He had one of his exhibitions, and I was thinking about going there, but I really want to go to Dakar, man. I hear good things, and I really want to travel, especially through West Africa. So yeah, big up, man. Love, light, always. Glazers out. Stop brainwashing the fans. Stop with the biggest propaganda machine, Man United. They've even got a Ralph, a spin doctor now. Richard Arnold keeping Neil Ashton. Ralph Ranick has got his own now. Ralph Ranick can't tell the truth to him. He can't come out. They've got to send him a dossier and go, shh, keep quiet. Glazers out. And as long as the fan base ignores the biggest elephant in the room, which are the bankers and the Glazers, Man United ain't going to go another decade without winning sniff in the league. Trust me. That's what we're heading to. And this channel, people, is set up to just speak truth to that. We're here. That's my only agenda, to tell you the truth about behind these headlines and how you're getting messed about. And that's what Therapy Army, we do it as a community. We do it. We do it as an interactive channel community. So big up to you. Please, on your way out, like, share, subscribe to the channel if you're not already subscribed. Please go over to CM and give him a follow. Like I said, all social media is CM22ENT. That's what we are, man. Peace, love, light. See you for the match reaction tomorrow.